What's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back. Bit of transfer talk. Can you believe it? We have some transfer news to talk about. First of all, just want to give a shout out to everyone. I hope you had a good Christmas and everything. And thank you for the comments over the Llorente new contract signing. One of the most interesting comment sections I think I've ever had. I've never had such a more confused what is going on outlook in the comments. But, you know, that is the news and that is official. And we have some more defensive news to talk about today in terms of transfer targets. So stay tuned. Please hit a like on the video. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and hit the notification bell if you haven't done that, or redo it if my notifications aren't popping up. I know sometimes that can be an issue with YouTube, so please do that for me too. We've seen, haven't we? I also, as well as the transfer news, I'm going to talk about Radrizzani's comments that he's made lately. They're things that he said before, but I think it's more prevalent with the situation we're in right now. So I'm going to touch on that in the second half of this video. We're seeing the Premier League is up and running again. We've seen that Wolves have beaten Everton away, meaning that that cluster down there where we are is just so packed and it's so tight that business needs to be done. And it was only yesterday, I think the Square Ball put out a tweet and I replied to it saying, yeah, what's this about doing business before the window opens so the players are in early? Well, listen, Fabrizio Romano tweeted that Cody Gakpo is on his way to Liverpool. No, listen, Cody Gakpo is going to Liverpool, but just an interesting note on that one is that the price is rumored to be 37 million and it's going to be like 45 million after add-ons. So much for the World Cup adding on millions of value to your price tag. That has obviously hasn't happened because Cody Gakpo actually had a decent World Cup, didn't he? So very surprising with the fee, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, Cody Gakpo, you know, he's passed up the opportunity to play with Forsh and Ayling and the boys to go and play with Jurgen Klopp and Trent. I mean, I don't know what he's doing, but listen, we do have some news to talk about because Fabrizio Romano has tweeted, exclusive, Leeds United are now preparing an offer for Red Bull Salzburg defender Maximilian Wöber. Discussions expected to take place for a fee around 11 million euros plus 5 million in add-ons. Wöber is an important player for Salzburg as he's the captain. Now, yes, people, we've gone back to Salzburg again. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, you must wonder if they see our number and think, uh-oh, no, we're not picking up today. We're not picking up for these guys. No more. But listen, we're going back in. Obviously, an offer is being prepared, so it hasn't officially been made, hasn't been rejected. But it does tell you that Maximilian is on the list. And with that as well, he's predominantly a central defender, but he does play left back. So he's another one of those hybrids, I guess, like Pascal Struijk is now. And, you know, with all the questions in regards to Llorente signing his deal, we've still got Robin Koch, we've still got Liam Cooper, Pascal signing his deal. Now we're in for Maximilian Wöber. It's like, so what is going on there? Is it that Maximilian's going to come in as the left back? Is Pascal staying at left back? Who knows? But with Maximilian, I remember this guy. I signed this guy on Football Manager years ago as a wonder kid. So we won't go on that because that's not real. But in between, he's moved on from a couple of clubs. And I remember that he moved from Ajax to Sevilla. He went there on loan and then Sevilla bought him with the obligation to buy. And then I think it was like a month later, he was bought by Salzburg. Now, whether that was because he wasn't going to work out for him in Spain, he didn't fancy living in Spain, who knows? Because once that obligation is set, you do have to buy him. I know a lot of clubs don't know that, but you do have to buy him. So maybe it's that he didn't feel comfortable there and he moved to Salzburg. I don't know. But he has been linked to Liverpool before. He's been linked with Manchester United before. And he's even quoted recently saying that he would love to play for Manchester United. So hopefully you guys can forgive him for that if he does arrive. I'm sure you will. But I did see him play in the Champions League this year against Chelsea because I was looking at Junior Adamu. I thought, if we're going to go back into Salzburg again, let me see what this forward's about. And he did actually score in the game. But what I forgot was that the assist was provided by Maximilian. He was the one that provided the crossfield ball to Adamu, who finished it. He can take a set piece too. He's good in the air, good passer of the ball. He is a ball-playing defender. So he fits in. The price is very much what we're used to now, I think, as in this current regime of Leeds, which is, you know, moves me on to Radrizzani in a bit very nicely. It's that 11 million, you know, I think just under 10 million pounds, if you could do the conversion. It ticks all the boxes, but it's up to Salzburg to receive the offer and accept it. But it just bolsters our defensive rankings, and we do need that. We definitely need that. Obviously, he's not the finished article. You're not going to be the finished article at just 11 million. At 24 years old, he's still got time to grow. He's not even in his prime yet. So this one to me would be a promising signing, another one to add to the defensive ranks. And does that mean Pascal is going to be our left back? Does it mean Wöber's going to come in and be the left back? Hey, let's wait and see. But for me, and I know there's going to be questions yet again about the league is coming from, but it's a mixed bag, isn't it? You've got the success of Aronson, who's come from there, and he's been brilliant for us. Then you've got the lesser side of it with Christensen, so you never know. You just don't know until these players come how they're going to be. But let's keep our eyes on this one. Fabrizio's tweeted it. That's a reputable source for me, and that means it's pretty much official that Leeds are looking at him. And we do need to look at doing our business and as early as possible. For me, we're seeing the Premier League. It started back up again. Been brilliant to see Premier League football again, by the way. But we've just seen Wolves, and this is without Mateus Cunha even playing the game for them. They beat Everton away, who I think Everton are going to be down there again. I think Southampton are going to be down there. But it's up to us to get out of that cluster of teams for me. I already said before, I would love a boring mid-table season. Give me that. Give me that, please. Please give me the mid-table mediocrity this year with the current team we've got, and let's keep it moving. But yeah, let's keep an eye out for that. Now, Radrizzani, let me just get the quotes on this one. Just bear with me a second. Not very prepared for a pre-recorded video, am I? Not very good. But listen, he made some quotes to, let me just try and get this right. Corriere della Sera. I've absolutely butchered that. To any Italians watching, I apologize. But listen, just the main quote for me from this was, Leeds can go further. They will need resources to be able to reach a high level. It's right to let those who can invest more than me go forward and bring them the glory of the past. Change is healthy. Now, listen, change isn't always healthy. I think that all depends on what you're talking about. But Radrizzani has made these kind of comments previously in terms of new ownership needing to take over the reins and put more money in where he just can't. And I think that's good. I think that it's good that he admits that. When we first got promoted, if you remember the timeline of Radrizzani, and listen, he's the one that eventually got us out the doldrums after 16 years. So, big up and thanks for that, Radrizzani. But I think he underestimated the league when we first come up. And I think he overestimated the quality of our squad, because I think he thought we could probably do this on the cheap. I think he felt that a lot of the players under Bielsa would keep up that level of performance for a couple of years. And you saw after the lockdown year, you saw after the crowdless years that it just wasn't going to go that way. He was talking about projects about being in Europe after 3 years, I believe, and then this year I still think he overestimated it by saying he wants a 10 to 14th place finish. So again, I still believe that he's overestimating this squad and underestimating the league. And I think he's just found now that with the games that are being played, he's seen it again, 4 wins out of 14, that we do need better. And maybe it is time for somebody else to take the reins. And I know a lot of you in agreement with that. I am too. I'm not a Rads hater as such, but you can see the limitations. The limitations are clear. You can just see the limitations from players we're linked with and the lack of outgoings in terms of just hoarding players that are just not good enough, that we do need fresh eyes there. And I've said this previously before as well. I do think that we need a fresh set of eyes at recruitment as well, because I just feel that there's too much emotional attachments at this football club that is just holding us back. It's not just the money, it's the lack of outgoings too that don't help either. But Radrizzani's made those comments today or recently. It was in a report via Sports Witness and through that name that I butchered at the start of this thing. But yeah, I mean, I just want to get your thoughts on that. I'm sure most of you are in agreement with that, but let me know your thoughts. I'm definitely in agreement. I just believe that if it was any other club, let me just and not being disrespectful. If it was a Watford, a Norwich, man, even a Brentford or someone like that, I would say, yeah, you're doing the best that you can. But we're Leeds United, and we need more. And he's right. He's talking about past glories, and I'm sure he would have loved to have been the man that took us back to being a consistent top 6, top 10 team. But I think he just realizes the resources he needs are just too great. And he's not going to be able to provide that. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to do that. But with Leeds United, and listen, again, we are a big club. It doesn't seem like it right now, but shirt sales, TV viewing figures, anytime we're on, the worldwide reach that we have, we deserve better, and not just the bare minimum. And sometimes we're not even getting that. So I just want to get your thoughts on that. Give me your thoughts on the defender Maximilian Wöber, who we've been linked with. Give me your thoughts on him. And yeah, listen, I'm recording this at the time of Chelsea Bournemouth playing right now. Chelsea are 1-0 ahead. But yeah, just give me your thoughts, and please hit like on the video, share the video, leave your comments, leave your super thanks, and big up. Oh, super thanks, of course. Shout out to Carl Brown, who donated the super thanks on the last video. Much love for that, Carl. But yeah, listen, people, Leeds United versus Man City next. I will be around for that. And just trust that game, by the way, just before I go. Just trust that game to be the only one of the night. Why? Why? But anyway, we'll see what happens in that one. Listen, people, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.